Hello, and welcome to another MCO market update on XRP. In this video, I'm gonna skip the long-term chart. I think we talk about the XRP long-term chart quite frequently. There are no changes. The price is just chopping around here, essentially, right? Price is just chopping around, and I mean, we don't really have any meaningful movement since the, I would say, roundabout 17th of May. So pretty much for a week, we've just been moving sideways, right? And I do read comments. Can't always reply to them all, but I do read comments. And people got, frustrated over the last week because they said, "Oh, we're already going up, and I'm not positioned or whatever." Getting really concerned. I mean, we didn't even get a break above resistance, right? So I need to make sure everybody is kind of, we need to keep expectations down until we really get confirmed breakouts and so on. Because until a move is confirmed, there's a high likelihood of failure, especially when we're dealing with a structure as highlighted in blue, which suggested to us the rally could only be a B wave, especially if we don't have any impulsive price action to the upside. So the blue scenario remains plausible. The price actually perfectly respected the resistance level here, the 50% retracement. I gave you 4 resistance levels that were, and in my opinion, still are relevant for this movement, especially for the blue wave count, because the resistances, $2.48, $2.52, $2.58, and $2.61, they were the levels that the bears needed to defend, essentially. That the bears needed to defend to keep this blue scenario alive and allowed for a wider wave 2. So this should be good news. I mean, we've seen a rejection because I did read it in the comments, people getting frustrated because they wanted to get a position. So I think those of you who were waiting still for a deeper pullback, I mean, I'd say there's at least a good likelihood that we're going to visit that lower support area there between $2.06 and $1.79. $1.79 is the key support for the bullish case. That hasn't changed, I don't know, in the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. But that hasn't changed. So $1.79 remains the key support. Doesn't mean that's a target. That's simply support. It's a pivot below which upside follow through becomes less likely. So I think those of you will cheer now, give this rejection from resistance. Those of you who wanted to get, lower prices, because the move down looks like a 5-wave decline. It does look a little bit like, one second. It does look a bit like a 5-wave decline. I'm observing something similar on the Bitcoin chart. So we could be working here on a wave 2. I can even give you micro resistance, but really that's not so meaningful. What really matters is that the price, to keep the blue scenario alive, it is relevant that the price now stays below the Friday high, $2.48. But okay, we've got this resistance area, micro resistance, which is relevant for blue wave 2. This is the area where blue wave 2 should get rejected between 235 and 244. We already see a bit of a rejection there, not very strongly, so it might be that we get a larger wave 2, but essentially pressure would remain downward because we have a 5-wave decline from the high. Of course, it's somehow possible we're getting this orange scenario in which we get a direct breakout, but we now have 2 resistance areas that the price would need to overcome in order to really confirm an upside breakout. Therefore, I focus more on the blue scenario, which should, over the coming sessions, send us down lower, potentially to test the 6th of May low around $2.06, which is also where the 50% retracement of the larger rally that started in April is positioned. So yeah, that's everything for now. That's my take. I mean, if we now suddenly get a surge to the upside, first of all, we would need to explore. Let me adjust something. First of all, we would need to explore whether this B wave actually resets a bit higher, okay? But for now, pressure remains downward, okay, immediately. And I can actually adjust slightly here the wave degrees. Kind of looks a bit better. Okay, so yeah, overall, that should give you clarity about all the relevant levels. If we get this sharp decline, then it's likely really that 3rd wave to the downside. That's not necessarily bearish, but I think we should at least prepare for it. If that happens, you know that the blue count is likely playing out, and then we get another 4 and 5, and then that's it. At least it, it should be it overall until we really get an impulsive move up, some kind of a 5-wave advance. Structures remain quite messy here, which is normal in a correction. That's the update on XRP. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.